My beloved child, I see you. I see the weight you carry, the questions that keep you awake at night, and the doubts that creep into your heart when life feels overwhelming. I know the moments when you whispered, "Why, Lord? Why me?" I have witnessed your tears, your silent cries, and your quiet strength as you try to navigate a world that doesn't always make sense. Today I come to you with an assurance that transcends every trial. I am here with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. No matter how heavy your burden feels or how dark the night seems, I am the light that will guide you through. You might be wondering why I allow certain storms to touch your life. Why do I seem silent when you need answers the most? My child, even in my silence I am speaking. Even when you cannot trace my hand, you can trust my heart. I am working behind the scenes of your life in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Like a master artist, I am painting a masterpiece with the colors of your experiences, your struggles, and your victories. Every stroke has purpose. Every shade tells a story. And while you may not yet see the full picture, I promise you it will be breathtaking. This message is not just another reminder of my presence. It is a call to trust me completely, even when life makes no sense. When your plans fall apart and your world feels upside down, know that my plans for you remain firm and unshaken. I am the God who sees the end from the beginning, who holds eternity in his hands. My child, trust me when I say, I know what I am doing. Life will not always offer you clarity, but that is where faith steps in. Faith is not the absence of questions, it is the assurance that I hold the answers. It is not blind acceptance, it is bold trust in my character. I want to invite you today to embark on a journey of surrender where you release the need to understand everything and choose to rest in my promises. This journey will not always be easy, but it will be worth it. Along the way, you will discover that my grace is sufficient, my timing is perfect, and my love for you is unchanging. Take my hand, beloved. Open your heart to the words I have for you today. They are not words of condemnation or fear, but words of life, peace, and hope. Let them sink deep into your soul and awaken a new confidence in your spirit. Let them remind you that you are not alone and you never will be. The world may try to convince you that your worth is tied to your accomplishments, that your failures define you, or that your unanswered prayers mean I have forgotten you. But none of that is true. You are my precious child, fearfully and wonderfully made. Your worth comes not from what you do, but from who you are, mine. I have chosen you, loved you, and called you by name. You are not forgotten. You are deeply cherished. As we begin this journey together, I want you to hold on to one truth above all else. I am for you. I am not against you. My plans for you are good, plans to give you a future and a hope. Whatever you face, remember that I am in control. Nothing catches me off guard. Nothing happens that I cannot use for your good. So take a deep breath. Exhale the worries of yesterday. Inhale my peace for today. This is your moment to trust me, to lean into my presence, and to discover the joy of walking by faith. You don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to be perfect. Just bring me your heart, open and willing. I will do the rest. Together we will face whatever comes. Together we will write a story of redemption, strength, and victory. Welcome to this journey of trust, my beloved. It begins here, in this moment, with these words. Trust in me, even when life makes no meaning. My beloved child, life is made up of seasons, much like the changing weather. There are times of warmth and growth, when everything seems to align and blessings flow abundantly. But there are also seasons of uncertainty, when the path ahead is obscured by clouds and your heart feels the chill of doubt. It is in these moments of uncertainty that I am closest to you, working in ways that are beyond your comprehension. You see, your journey is not a series of random events. It is a carefully crafted plan, a tapestry I am weaving with threads of purpose and love. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds you that there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. These seasons may not always align with your desires or understanding, but they are perfectly aligned with my will for your life. You might ask, why do I have to endure these seasons? Why can't life be smooth and predictable? My child, the answer lies in the growth that comes through adversity. Just as a tree grows stronger when it withstands the wind, so too does your faith deepen when you face uncertainty. These moments stretch you, refine you, and draw you closer to me. Without the winter, you would not appreciate the beauty of spring. Without the rain, the flowers would not bloom. Consider Peter, my disciple, who walked on water. He stepped out of the boat, his eyes fixed on me. But the moment he noticed the storm around him, fear took hold and he began to sink. It was not the storm that defeated him, it was his doubt. My child, the storms in your life are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to teach you to trust me more deeply. When the waves rise and the winds howl, remember that I am the one who calms the seas. Keep your eyes on me, and I will keep you steady. You may feel frustrated when life doesn't make sense, when your prayers seem unanswered, or when my plans appear to conflict with your own. But let me assure you, my timing is perfect, and my thoughts are higher than yours. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Trust me, even when the path is unclear, for I see the full picture. Understand that the season of uncertainty is not a punishment, it is an invitation. I am inviting you to lean into me, to let go of your need for control and surrender your plans to me. This is not about blind faith, it is about confident trust in my character. I am a good father, and I desire what is best for you. When you place your faith in me, you are placing it in the hands of the one who created you, who knows every detail of your life, and who loves you with an everlasting love. Do not be discouraged if you stumble or waver in your faith during these times. Even my beloved Peter doubted, and yet I never stopped loving him. I reached out my hand to save him, just as I will always reach out to save you. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. You don't have to have it all together. You just have to trust me. Let this season of uncertainty be a time of growth and intimacy with me. Spend time in my word, for it is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Psalm 119:105. Pray with sincerity, not just asking for answers, but seeking my presence. Surround yourself with people who will encourage your faith and remind you of my promises. And most importantly, listen for my voice, for I am always speaking to your heart. My child, seasons change, but I remain the same. I am your anchor in the storm, your refuge in the uncertainty. Whatever you face, know that you are never alone. I am with you, guiding you, sustaining you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. Trust in me, even when life doesn't make sense, for I am the author of your story, and I am writing a masterpiece. My beloved, I see how hard you try to understand the mysteries of life. I know you analyze every situation, searching for answers and solutions. But let me remind you, your understanding is limited, while mine is infinite. Proverbs 3:5-6 speaks directly to this struggle. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. This is not a suggestion. It is an invitation to freedom, a call to surrender. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means letting go. It means releasing your grip on the things you cannot control and placing them in my capable hands. I know this is not easy for you. The desire to hold on to control is rooted in fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear that I will not come through for you. But my child, fear is not your inheritance. I have given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Think of Abraham, who trusted me when I called him to leave his homeland and go to a place he did not know. He obeyed not because he understood, but because he believed in my promise. He trusted me enough to take the first step, even though he couldn't see the full picture. That same faith is what I desire from you. I am not asking you to understand everything. I am asking you to trust me with everything. You may wonder, why can't I see the whole plan? Why doesn't God reveal every step to me? My child, if I showed you the entire journey, it might overwhelm you. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. Isaiah 55:8-9. Trusting me one step at a time builds your faith and deepens our relationship. It teaches you to rely on me, not on your own strength or understanding. There is a principle here that is vital for you to grasp. A lack of understanding does not excuse a lack of obedience. When I called Peter to step out of the boat and walk on water, I did not explain the physics of the miracle. I simply said, "Come." And as long as Peter obeyed and kept his eyes on me, he walked on water. But the moment he doubted, he began to sink. My child, your faith activates my power in your life. Obedience, even in the face of uncertainty, opens the door to miracles. I know it's tempting to delay obedience until everything makes sense, but waiting for full clarity can lead to missed opportunities. Think of Jonah, who ran from my calling because it didn't align with his understanding. Yet even in his disobedience, I pursued him and gave him another chance to fulfill his purpose. Let his story remind you that my plan is always better than your own, even when it seems difficult or illogical. Surrendering to me also means trusting in my timing. I know you grow weary of waiting, but remember, delay is not denial. Just as a farmer waits for the harvest after planting seeds, you must trust that the seeds of faith you've sown will bear fruit in due season. Galatians 6:9 encourages you. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. I see the tears you've cried in the secret places, the prayers you've whispered in the stillness of night. Not one tear has gone unnoticed. Not one prayer has gone unheard. I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating events in ways you cannot see. Trust that I am aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances for your good and my glory. My child, surrender is not a one-time decision. It is a daily act of faith. Each morning, choose to place your trust in me. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself of my faithfulness. Reflect on the times I've carried you through the storms, provided for your needs, and answered your prayers. Let those memories strengthen your resolve to trust me, even when the future is uncertain. I want you to imagine holding a jar filled with your worries, plans, and dreams. Picture yourself placing that jar in my hands, releasing it completely. Feel the weight lifting from your shoulders as you trust me to carry your burdens. This is the essence of surrender, entrusting your life to the one who loves you most. My dear child, I promise to lead you on the best path for your life. I will not abandon you or let you fall. When you surrender to me, you are not losing control, you are gaining peace. Trust in my plan, for I am the author and perfecter of your faith. Hebrews 12:2. Together we will navigate the uncertainties of life, and you will see that my ways are always higher and better. My beloved, I know how deeply you yearn for clarity and understanding. Yet faith, as I have called you to live, often requires stepping forward without seeing the full picture. Hebrews 11:1 defines faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This is the faith I ask of you, not one rooted in perfect understanding, but one anchored in trust. When you face seasons of uncertainty, remember that I am not absent. I am the lamp to your feet and the light to your path. Psalm 119:105. Notice that I illuminate the next step, not the entire journey. This is intentional. If I revealed everything at once, you might lean on your own abilities rather than depending on me. I want to walk with you, hand in hand, teaching you to trust me with each step. Consider the life of Joseph, who endured betrayal, false accusations, and imprisonment. Through it all, he never stopped trusting me. He couldn't see the full scope of my plan, but his faith remained steadfast. When the time was right, I elevated him to a position of great influence, not only to bless him, but to save countless lives. My child, the same is true for you. I am weaving the threads of your life into a masterpiece, even if you cannot yet discern the pattern. I understand the questions that arise in your heart during uncertain times. Why is this happening? What is the purpose? How long must I wait? These are natural responses, but let me remind you of a truth that transcends your understanding. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Isaiah 55:8-9. Trusting me means accepting that you may not always have answers, but you can always have my presence. When you feel overwhelmed by the unknown, turn to me in prayer. Pour out your heart and express your fears, For I am your refuge and strength, Psalm 46:1. Even Jesus, when faced with the cross, prayed fervently in Gethsemane, saying, "Not my will, but yours be done." Luke 22:42. His example teaches you that surrendering to my will, even in the face of uncertainty, leads to ultimate victory. Faith is not passive, it is active. It requires you to move forward despite your doubts and fears. Think of the Israelites at the Red Sea. The waters had not yet parted when I instructed Moses to lead them forward. It was only when they stepped out in faith that the path appeared. My child, there are blessings and miracles waiting for you on the other side of your obedience. Take the step, even if the ground beneath you feels shaky, and watch how I make the impossible possible. Uncertainty can also bring growth. Like a seed planted in the dark soil, your faith grows strongest when it is stretched and challenged. Every trial you face is an opportunity to deepen your trust in me. Remember the story of Peter walking on water. When he focused on me, he defied the laws of nature. But when he allowed fear to distract him, he began to sink. Let this be a lesson. Keep your eyes fixed on me, not on the waves around you. Do not let the uncertainty of life steal your joy. Rejoice in the knowledge that I am in control and that my plans for you are good. Jeremiah 29:11. Sing praises, even in the midst of the storm, for worship shifts your focus from your problems to my power. It invites my presence into your situation and strengthens your faith. Remember also that I see the end from the beginning. You view life through a keyhole, but I see the entire panorama. What feels like a detour or delay to you is often a part of my divine strategy. Trust me when I say that all things work together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. Romans 8:28. My dear child, uncertainty is not a void to be feared, but a space where faith can thrive. When you trust me without seeing, you honor me. You declare that my character is trustworthy, my promises are true, and my love for you is unchanging. Hold on to this truth. I am the author of your story, and every chapter has a purpose. Together we will navigate the unknown, and you will emerge stronger, wiser, and closer to me. My beloved, there will be times when I call you to act, to move forward, or to make decisions that you do not fully comprehend. In those moments, obedience is not just an act of submission, it is an act of trust. When you walk in obedience to my word and my calling, even without understanding, you demonstrate your faith in my character, my wisdom, and my unfailing love for you. Think of Abraham, whom I called to leave his homeland and journey to an unknown place that I would later reveal. He obeyed, not knowing where he was going. Hebrews 11:8. His obedience paved the way for blessings that extended far beyond his lifetime. Like Abraham, I may ask you to step into the unfamiliar, to take paths that seem uncertain. Remember, your obedience is not just for your benefit, but for the greater purpose I have designed. When I asked Peter to cast his net into the deep after he had fished all night and caught nothing, he initially questioned the logic of my instruction. Yet his response was key. Because you say so, I will. Luke 5:5. That single act of obedience resulted in a miraculous catch, far beyond what he could have imagined. My child, there are blessings awaiting your obedience, blessings that surpass your understanding. You may wonder, why does God ask for my obedience when I don't understand? The answer is simple. I see the entire picture. Your perspective is limited by time and experience, but I am eternal. I see what lies ahead and know what is best for you. Trusting me means acknowledging that my wisdom surpasses your own. Consider this. When a parent asks their child to hold their hand while crossing a busy street, the child may not understand the danger. Yet the parent's knowledge and love guide their instruction. In the same way, I ask you to trust my guidance, even when the reasons are not clear. Obedience, even in the absence of understanding, protects you and leads you to my best. I know it is not always easy. Your human nature seeks control, logic, and certainty. But my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Isaiah 55:8-9. Let go of the need to have everything figured out. Lean not on your own understanding. Instead, acknowledge me in all your ways, and I will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Obedience requires humility. It means laying down your pride, your plans, and your need for answers. It is saying, Lord, I trust you more than I trust myself. When you choose to obey, even when it doesn't make sense, you position yourself to receive my blessings and to fulfill the purpose I have for your life. Remember the story of Naaman, the commander who sought healing from leprosy. I instructed him, through my prophet Elisha, to wash in the Jordan River 7 times. At first he resisted, finding the command too simple and beneath his dignity. But when he finally obeyed, he received the healing he so desperately needed. 2 Kings 5:1-14. My child, do not let pride or doubt hinder your obedience. Trust that I know what is best for you. Obedience is also a testimony of your faith to others. When people see you walking in trust, despite uncertainty, they are drawn to my light within you. Your faith can inspire and encourage others to seek me. Just as Abraham's obedience became a blessing to generations, your obedience can impact lives beyond your own. I do not call you to blind obedience, but to trust rooted in my character. I am faithful. I am good. I am for you, not against you. My instructions are not meant to burden you, but to lead you into freedom and abundance. When you obey, you align yourself with my will, and in my will, there is peace, joy, and fulfillment. As you walk in obedience, let my word be your guide. Spend time in scripture and prayer, seeking my voice. When you feel uncertain, ask me for clarity, and I will provide it in my perfect timing. Trust that every step of obedience, no matter how small, is significant in my eyes. My child, obedience without understanding is not a sign of weakness. It is a demonstration of profound faith. It says, Lord, I trust your heart, even when I cannot see your hand. Keep walking, keep trusting, and keep obeying. I am leading you to a place of unimaginable blessings and purpose. My beloved, life will challenge your faith, and your trust in me will be tested. When trials arise and prayers seem unanswered, remember this: I am always with you. Even in the darkest valleys, I am your guide and comfort. Psalm 23:4. Trials are not a sign of my absence, but a means to strengthen your faith. Like gold refined by fire, adversity shapes you, building perseverance, character, and hope. Romans 5:3-5. Every struggle serves a purpose beyond your understanding, teaching you to rely on my strength, which is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Consider Job, who faced immense loss yet declared, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Job 13:15. His steadfast faith led to restoration and abundant blessings. Similarly, your trials prepare you for greater purposes. Trust that I am working for your good, even when my plans remain hidden. Romans 8:28. Do not let the enemy's lies shake your faith. He seeks to sow doubt, but my promises are unchanging. I am your protector and refuge. Remember my words. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. Isaiah 43:2. In moments of uncertainty, turn to my word and let it anchor your heart. Surround yourself with others who will uplift and encourage you in faith. Worship and prayer will draw you closer to me, giving you peace and clarity. Your pain is not in vain, and your tears are precious to me. Psalm 56:8. I am shaping you for a purpose, and your trials are stepping stones toward my greater plan. Stand firm, my child, for I have already overcome the world, and through me, you are victorious. John 16:33. My beloved child, there are times when my ways will seem incomprehensible to you. You may question, why, Lord? Why this path? Why now? Yet I remind you that my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are higher than yours. Isaiah 55:8-9. Trusting me means surrendering your need to understand everything. Think of Peter when I washed his feet. He was confused and resistant, but I said, you do not understand now what I am doing, but later you will. John 13:7. This is the journey of faith, to trust me even when the path ahead is unclear. You see only the moment, but I see eternity. I know what is best for you, even when it seems contrary to your desires. Like a parent guiding a child away from danger, I direct your steps, even if you cannot see the obstacles I am sparing you from. I ask you to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. When life does not make sense, remember that I am the author of your story. Each chapter, even the painful ones, has a purpose. Like a tapestry, the threads of your life may seem chaotic up close, but step back and you will see the beauty I am weaving. Consider Abraham, who left his home without knowing where he was going, trusting only in my promise. His obedience became the foundation for blessings that extend through generations. Hebrews 11:8. Like him, your faith in me opens doors to extraordinary outcomes. Do not let your lack of understanding hinder your obedience. Faith grows stronger when you trust in me despite the unknown. Do not demand to see the entire picture before you take the first step. Simply follow where I lead, knowing that I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6. Lean not on your own understanding, but acknowledge me in all your ways, and I will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. My beloved, trust is the bridge between where you are and the blessings I have prepared for you. My beloved child, as we reach the end of this message, I want to seal these words upon your heart with a deep assurance of my love. Trust in me, even when life makes no meaning. The trials you face, the pain you endure, and the questions you wrestle with are all held within my hands. Nothing is beyond my knowledge, and nothing escapes my care. There is no shadow too dark, no valley too deep, no storm too fierce that my love cannot reach you. I am your shepherd, guiding you through the rugged terrain, leading you beside still waters, and restoring your soul. Psalm 23, 1-3. When you stumble, I am there to lift you. When you weep, I am there to comfort you. When you rejoice, I am there to celebrate with you. Do not let the unanswered questions of this life steal the joy of your faith. You do not walk alone. My spirit dwells within you, a constant companion, empowering you to persevere, to hope, and to rise above the challenges that seek to pull you down. Fix your eyes on me, for I am the author and finisher of your faith. Hebrews 12:2. One day all the pieces will come together. The trials that seemed insurmountable, the delays that felt unbearable, and the mysteries that seemed unsolvable will all make sense in the light of eternity. On that day, you will stand in my presence, and every tear will be wiped away. Revelation 21:4. Until then, trust me, lean on me, walk with me. Your destiny is secure. Your future is filled with hope. I have plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. Remember, my child, that you are deeply loved, greatly valued, and eternally cherished. I will never leave you nor forsake you. As you step forward from this moment, carry these words with you. Let them be a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Psalm 119:105. Proclaim my promises over your life and declare with confidence, the Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. Psalm 18:2. Go forth in faith, my child. Go forth in victory, for you are mine and I am yours forever. Amen.